Hey guys, Fast from X-Force again with
Scott from X-Force.
And today we've got one that's actually very new and probably not a lot of you have actually seen them around. But a cool one from our friends at Lehui. Now I know the color really kind of gets me and it does look very toyish and kind of nerfish, I would say. But
don't judge a book by its colour.
Do not judge a book by its colour. Especially this book. This is one solid blaster. I was definitely fooled by it because I looked at it and I really didn't want to get it. I only got a very few, like a handful of them, because of somebody else that kind of urged me to get a couple, or one really. So I thought, oh, why not? I'll grab a couple. But upon actually holding it, these things are pretty awesome. Very, very solid. Of course, I mean, most of you are pretty well versed with the Lehui stuff, your Vector, your Orgs. All their stuff was always fairly decent, very well built, quality-wise. I mean, the Vector's
still one of the best.
Still one of the better ones, still sell them, and at the time you could pretty much say they were one of the best on the market. Now obviously the MPX coming at a time in China when gel blasts are a bit of a taboo, very black market, very low key, underground, so they need to sort of play on the nerf, because they're allowed to have the nerf shooting blasters, but they can't have the gel, and they can't look too realistic. So thus they chuck in some of those. So they don't shoot them as, but I think you can stick them in that. But you do get this. So this is another flash hider that you can whack on there, and if you stick your nerfs in there, that'll actually pop them out one at a time. I think they just put that in there just so they can probably pass. Or
it gets around their legislation.
Yeah. But as stated, very solid. I don't know if you guys can see, but very thick.
We'll bring you closer in a bit anyway.
Very thick body, very solid blaster. Like easily, you know, not counting the modern stuff now, all the metal, whatever, but of your typical gel blaster, this is definitely one of the most solid. And most people, when they do grab it, they're like, oh wow, you know, I didn't think it was that solid. So, pretty nice. Now, I am working on there is a blackout kit, so it changes all the light colored stuff into black. I just wasn't aware of it at the time. And so I'm trying to get some of them and extra mags, because being your typical 9mm, you know, like your ARP9 or whatever, they're quite a small mag.
Very solid though, that mag.
Very solid mag, very nice. Like it's just so comfy to hold, even if you just went as such one-handed. I mean, you know, just a nice SMG. And so, extendable stock, ambidextrous fire select, ambidextrous mag release,
has prime,
has
there's metal gears, isn't it? So
bolt, so you put your bolt back, bolt catch, bolt release there, plenty of Picatinny space here on top, small ones on the side.
Finger stop. I mean, I don't know, you call that a finger stop. That could be even be a stops your finger going around and blowing your finger off.
Yeah, that's quite useful.
Yeah.
That too, and you
sling
can
point.
double it as a sling point. So plus you've got that one back here and one here in the stock.
For a QD release. So
yeah. Now you've got all the writing on here, your MPX and Sig Sauer, so very nice touches in that regard. I mean, the only other thing The only other one that we had in this sort of look, it was the MCX, which was the kind of the bigger brother of this one with the M4 mags, but that was a proper metal, but we're talking double the price. So for what it's worth, now going internally, it is a V2, but custom to the Lehui. Now I'm not going to say it's a it's a see-through gearbox, but it ain't poly apparently. It's some kind of a see-through nylon. It'll do the.
It's got more give than a.
It'll do the job more than you need. Now, I think the only probably thing that lets it down, obviously, the color as it comes like that. But like I said, there is a Blackout Kit.
Well, there's enough places you can hydro dip, spray paint yourself. So color really.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, if you're a speedy boy, you're probably going to do something pretty colorful anyway.
Yeah.
The only other thing is your mag. Your battery is literally right there. So it does come with a small battery as such.
Size of a Panadol.
So obviously that ain't going to be much good to you. It doesn't have. It's roomy in that, but it doesn't have. It's not huge. I can't remember. I'm quite sure we did stick some bigger batteries there, but just to keep that in mind. Barrel. It is literally about that short. It is like, I think it's shorter than the pistol one, or about that. So it is like, I think about there somewhere. So it literally is only from there to there. So if you want it, if you do change your barrel, bring it out to somewhere out here, you will get a much better shooting experience, more power. As it stands, I will show you guys, but I can tell you we've already tested and we got this thing shooting at 300 FPS. I think it was a M100 spring and a longer barrel, and I don't know, maybe a O-ring, a black O-ring. So it's quite easy to do. Most guys that have done upgrades, you could probably do this quite easy. If not, we do have our own techs and we can do it for you. Other than that, what else? Your fire select, your bolt, charge handle, all your bits and pieces, they're all metal. So that's a nice touch. Your trigger, like I said, your magazine, very solid magazine, and opens as such, so quite easy to get your gels in. It is a very different magazine, so it is proprietary to it, but yeah, quite a nice little magazine, and I think it slides under here so you can get into it quite easy. If you need to drain it and such, it does have a hole here, so if you do whack it with a bit of water in there, I think they thought of it. They thought of all the problems quite well, so it is well designed. That's pretty much that I can think of. I'm going to bring you guys a bit closer, and then we'll go and do a bit of a shooting test with it. So yeah, don't be swayed by that by color. The quality is definitely there.
We'll get it for a kid as well. They might like the color.
Yeah. So I just want to show you guys. Have a look at that. Now, it is a very, very thick nylon. So quality is definitely there. There's your SIG MPX. That looks quite cool. SIG holder. SIG MPX. Success. All the writing is there. Okay. release, mag release.
They got all the
trigger.
logos and stuff smack on as well where it's meant to be.
All the logos are there, quite nice. Nice grip.
Even on the back of the stock.
Oh, look at that, hey? Beautiful.
And I'll flip it.
Flip it. There you go. So you can kind of see in there the sort of the see-through gearbox, but like I said, it's not your polymer. It's definitely something else. Some said it's a nylon. Yeah, quite a decent gearbox, V2, and yeah, your muzzle flash there, that's metal as well. So, and yeah, you've got your metal barrel. You do have, you know, quite a few metal bits. So, like I said, quality-wise, you really can't go wrong. All right, let's go shoot this thing. Hey guys, fast with our MPX here at our shooting range. So the Lehui MPX, newly landed in that beautiful blue and white, just so you can, I don't know, be a bit more tactical out in the field. So I'm gonna give it a couple of shots in semi. That is our priming. It's got that nice pop. Let's give it a bit more. Hold on. So very accurate.
Which is weird for such a small barrel too.
Yeah, but also you got to remember, accuracy comes when you're not shooting 400 FPS, because you know I want every man and his dog to feel my shots. So for this, very consistent, but don't hold it against it. Like I said.
You can upgrade it easy.
Very easily upgrade. I was a little bit disappointed first. Let's see if we can. There we go. Look at that.
Consistent.
Very consistent. 205. I'm calling that straight up 205. Beautiful. So normally those numbers are a bit cringeworthy these days. Well, you know, that's a, you know, back in the old days sort of thing. But remember, barrel that short, so slightly extended barrel, M100 spring, maybe a black O-ring, and bang, this baby. We've already tried it, 300 FPS. So to get a little blaster like that shooting 300 FPS, that is pretty sweet. Keep your accuracy then, like this thing's quite accurate as is. I'm hitting that bullseye constantly. So like I said, guys, really nice blaster to hold. I gotta say, I'm impressed. I was really not keen on it because they're not the cheapest. For what it is, it ain't cheap, but it is a very solid, very nice blaster. Once you get a hold of it and you hold it, you'll understand what I'm trying to say. So come in, shoot it, hold it, and see what I'm saying. But very nice. For those guys that do like the MPX, absolutely beautiful. And I am working on getting that Blackout Kit, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching, guys. Remember, stop and think, put that guy in a bag. We got plenty of them hanging around. And make sure we stay safe and our hobby keeps going for a long time. Thanks, guys, for watching. I'll see you guys next time with some more good stuff. Thank you.